And it's a sad day for Philippine basketball. PBA icon Samboy Lim has passed away. He was 61. Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's everything you need to know as you jumpstart your weekend. I'm Danny Laurel. Motorists flying the North Luzon Expressway saw heavy traffic on Saturday as vacationers and those headed to their provinces made their last-minute trips. Now, slow-moving traffic welcomed motorists along the NLEX Balintawak Toll Plaza. Some of them had problems with their RFIDs, adding to congestion along the toll booths. The Toll Regulatory Board reminds travelers to check if their RFID load is sufficient before hitting the road. The agency expects a 10 to 15% increase in vehicle volume in NLEX this weekend. That means an additional 30,000 vehicles flying the expressway on top of the 300,000 daily average volume. Down south, people are headed off to visit Tayai Sky Ranch. That's one of the go-to Christmas destinations near Metro Manila. And one of the main attractions there is the 200 feet Sky Eye Ferris wheel, which gives a panoramic view of the city and the Taal volcano. Other rides and activities like horseback riding are also available for the visitors. And it's not just theme parks that people are lining up for. Over in Quiapo, Manila, last-minute shopping for Christmas ham continues, even as prices for the holiday staple have gone up. Ham prices now range from 1,600 to 1,700 pesos per kilogram, depending on which kind. Meanwhile, Defense Chief Gilbert Teodoro says exploratory talks with communist rebels have yet to progress following the government and the National Democratic Front's deal to end the armed conflict. Teodoro said there will be no holiday truce and that military operations will continue. The Defense Secretary previously said that any formal transition in making peace with the CPP, NPA, NDF needs to be legislated.
There are no developments as far as we are concerned at tuloy-tuloy pa rin ang operations ng AFP at other law enforcement agencies, ang NTF, LCAC, and at the PNP. Plus, there are no conditions that are to be imposed upon us. No? But from these exploratory talks, I have not heard anything.
Meanwhile, the Communist Party of the Philippines has declared a two-day ceasefire to celebrate their 55th anniversary. The ceasefire takes effect on 12 midnight on Monday, December 25th. That's until 11:59 p.m. on Tuesday, December 26th. The group said the two-day ceasefire also gives way to holiday celebrations. Guerrilla offensives of the New People's Army will resume immediately on December 27. President Bongbong Marcos has ordered the creation of a special committee on LGBTQ+ affairs. In his Executive Order number 51, Marcos cited the need to reinforce diversity and inclusion programs to ensure the country's compliance with the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights. This special panel is tasked to strengthen mechanisms against LGBTQ+ discrimination and provide community members an avenue to take part in the government's policy making. The committee will be led by the Social Welfare Secretary, while the secretaries of the DMW and DILG will serve as co-chairpersons. The president will also appoint 3 members from, quote, reputable LGBTQ+ organizations to serve in the committee. We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. And you're back watching One News Now. I'm Dani Laurel. Autism advocate Miss Universe Philippines 2023, Michelle Marquez D, supports the creation of the first ever autism center in the country. Here's a sneak peek of Kathy Yang's interview with MMD on Thought Leaders.
You make a mention of giving jobs.
Yes.
To those individuals on a spectrum, which also leads us to providing quality of life, maybe
Yes.
even eradicating poverty.
Correct.
How would that narrative then carry through as we as a country are now espousing bills, several bills in the Senate, on creating an autism center, the very first ever autism center in the Philippines, given that the problem of autism is really growing in the country?
It is. I mean, the statistics are 1 out of 100 children are born with autism. And that is an alarming rate because it's increasing year after year. There are different causes, but again, there is no cure for autism. And the creation of the very first autism center would be amazing because, again, I grew up in a first world country. I grew up in the US. I've seen the facilities that are readily available there that aren't available here. That would be an amazing thing. It's something we deserve. It's something they deserve. Just like I mentioned earlier, just like education and healthcare and, you know, all of the different basic human rights that they deserve also. I think facilities that can properly care for what they need, dedicated for them, would definitely be a plus.
And the representation of the Autism Society of the Philippines
Correct.
within that center also makes it a bigger ecosystem.
I mean, Autism
support
Society,
system.
It is. Autism Society Philippines is not just the Philippines' largest, but it's Southeast Asia's largest autism NGO also. We tread with caution in terms of making sure that whatever we spread, the awareness that we give is in line with what they deserve. We don't go through the pity card. We go for the empowering card, really taking note to what they have to offer, their unique skill sets, their unique individualities, and their stories as well. So for them to be able to support that cause, amazing, we're in good hands. But also I'm very grateful for Autism Society Philippines because I also started my own foundation to also start one of my own facilities called the Spectrum Sanctuary as well, where we're trying to raise funds to build that early next year, hopefully, or sometime within next year as well.
Catch the full interview on Thought Leaders with Kathy Yang. That's this Tuesday, December 26 at 9 p.m. only here on One News. It's the end of a love story. This is how actress Kim Chu confirmed her breakup with longtime boyfriend Xian Lim. In an Instagram post, Kim finally addressed the rumors of their breakup, saying it took her a while to say it. Fans have been speculating that the two had parted ways for several weeks now. The It's Showtime host wrote, "We shared more than a decade of love and many beautiful memories." Kim adds that it was a mutual decision to transition their relationship into, quote, a lifelong friendship. The Linlang star went on to thank Xian for the 12 years they stayed together. She told Xian, "You will always have a place in my heart and thank you for showing me what love is." Meanwhile, it's a heartbreaking loss for Philippine basketball. That's as PBA legend Samboy Lim passed away. He was 61. Lim's family announced his death on his official Facebook page on Saturday. He was described as a man of faith, exceptional courage, humility, and grace. He embodied the very best of humanity, his family wrote. Best known as the Skywalker, Lim was a 9-time PBA champion playing for the San Miguel Beermen. He is a PBA Hall of Famer and a stable member of the Philippine national team. Lim suffered a coma in 2014 and has since been paralyzed prior to his passing. And those are the top stories of the hour. Join us later at 9 a.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. I'm Dani Laurel and we are One News.